Hello everybody, welcome to Trio Planet, the YouTube channel where we talk all things media. I am Azteral, the host of today's review. What are we reviewing, you might be thinking? Well, it's Wednesday, so what else other than The Mandolorian, Chapter 22, Guns for Hire. As always, I am joined by Jordan for this review of this week's episode.
Hey,
Say hello, Jordan.
Hey, everybody.
So, Chapter 22, Guns for Hire. Obviously, we'll do a little bit of a recap / breakdown because we're obviously not in the new format yet for this show. So we'll continue with the little breakdowns of each episode.
Yeah.
So the episode opens on a very nice, sort of somewhat ominous scene of a ship in space. And it turns out to be a Quarian ship. Quarians are the sort of octopus-headed people of Star Wars, and we sort of follow a Quarian who brings a cup with a fish in it to a big tank of water and puts the fish in, and then the captain eats the fish. And then an Imperial ship is detected on their sensors. And everyone's like, oh no, because last episode, obviously, we got the confirmation Moff Gideon is indeed still out there on the loose somewhere. Mandalorians helped him. And everyone was, well, me and Jordan were sat there and were like, oh no, it's Moff Gideon. It isn't, it's Axe Woves, who you may remember from Season 2, the episode titled The Emperor, or not the Empress, The Heiress. Obviously, the episode where live-action Bo-Katan Kryze made her debut. Very, very good episode. And thereafter, a Mon Calamari nobleman, or son of a nobleman, who has eloped with the Quarian captain of this ship. So they get into a little tense negotiation, and the Quarian decides that while their love is strong, she needs to protect her people. And so she sends the Mon Calamari nobleman with Axe Woves. Yeah. That's sort of basically the end of the cold open. I call them the cold opens because it's sort of like you get this scene at the start of every episode now, where it's sort of something that introduces the character for the story. But once we've got past that, we enter to Bo-Katan on her ship. And I thought this was going to be just a Bo-Katan episode, but no, inside the ship, she's accompanied by, obviously, Din Djarin, but more importantly, Grogu. We know we all watch this show for Grogu. And they are on a planet, I can't remember the name of it, but they're on basically, it's a former Imperial world, that has like really strict like guidelines around like what they're allowed. So they're not allowed like a standing army and stuff.
They're not allowed weapons either.
Yeah, they're not allowed weapons.
That's why the Mandalorians. That's why the Mandalorians are like, you know, where they are.
Yeah, the planet is called Plazir 15. Plazir 15. PLAZIR-15. Jordan will probably put like a little text thing as I spell it out so that you guys can see what it's called. I'm not going to try to pronounce it that much. I'll just call it the planet. Or I'll call it by its rulers, because after they land and they go through a little bit of a debate with the trolley that they get on, which I didn't think existed in Star Wars, but apparently does, we are introduced to the Duke and Duchess of this planet.
Can I say the name?
Who is
Can I say one of them? Can I say?
Who is played by? Go on, Jordan. Say one of them.
Hey guys, right. Well, the main one. By the way, when I saw it, it was like from far away, so I wasn't sure, and then it turned out to be because that beard was just so iconic. Fucking Jack Black.
That is right. Jack Black was playing Captain Bombardier. And he was accompanied by the Duchess of the planet, who was played by, to my surprise, but Jordan's complete ignorance, because apparently he doesn't know who this person is, Lizzo, who I did not know could act. But surprisingly, she did very well. like very well. Like I was genuinely surprised with how good she was. So they have a little meal with the Duke and Duchess at this big like banquet table, and the Duchess gets her hands on Grogu because obviously, who doesn't want to get their hands on Grogu? And the Duchess and the Captain agree that they will allow Din Djarin and Bo-Katan to meet with the Mandalorians if they help them with their problem, which is rogue battle droids. And they're rogue because they've been reprogrammed using a liquid we find out in later in this episode. Pause it, Jordan. I need to go grab my food.
Go.
So they decide that they will allow Din and Bo to meet them if they deal with this problem. So they go to the security office of the planet, and they're introduced to another somewhat familiar face, Jordan. Would you agree? They're met by Christopher Lloyd.
Christopher Lloyd, who you may know as Great Scott, Morty.
Yes, if you can't tell by Jordan's impression, it's Doc Brown.
Great Scott, Marty.
I think Jordan was more impressed with Doc Brown's appearance than he was with Jack Black's.
No, I like both of them, but gotta be honest, I was expecting him to say something along those lines.
So, Doc Brown, which I'm not going to call him by his character's name.
We did actually make a joke that I said he's supposed to be off helping Marty, and then Will went and said
DeLorean's just dropped him off in a weird
DeLorean's just dropped him off in a weird place.
So the Doc Brown, which I'm not going to call him by his character name because why would I? He plays Commissioner Hellgate in this, but we're just going to call him Doc Brown because
his name is Hellgate. Well,
Jordan, we know what he is, but we'll save that for a reveal later in the episode, in the review. So he shows them the security footage and then tells them that there is indeed a power all button that you can press that'll turn them off, but the people are so reliant on the battle droids that they don't want to press the button. So Din and Bo-Katan go to the lower levels of the planet and speak with the Ugnaughts, who you may remember as the same species as Quill from Season 1 of The Mandalorian. Din, obviously knowing how Ugnaughts operate, is able to basically negotiate with them in a very reminiscent scene with the I Have Spoken, which Quill was known for. And they're given a lead to a shipping port. And they're there, and they're talking to the foreman. And Din just starts bullying battle droids. He starts punching, kicking, pushing, and it all culminates in a battle droid not liking it very much and running away. And so they give chase. And after a pretty cool chase scene where we must say the CGI is phenomenal.
Yeah, like if you thought Seb's CGI was great, god damn it. Like that.
I don't know how much money they're putting into this show.
Those droids looked phenomenal. Those droids looked absolutely real. Like they moved a lot better than the droids in the prequel trilogy. They moved a lot better. They moved a lot more like they did in Clone Wars.
Yeah. They looked like they had more weight to them.
They had more motion.
Yeah. Which was very impressive to see. But after the short chase scene, Din tackles the droid, and Bo-Katan guns it down in the street, because it's Bo-Katan, and she ain't dealing with no bullshit. Then a bunch of little probe droids come out, and they're like, this is a crime scene, please stay back. And we made the joke of due process doesn't exist in Star Wars. Apparently it does. What next? Then they go to... Oh, they get a chip off the droid. I remember now. They get a chip off the droid, and they go to probably the strangest thing I've ever seen in Star Wars. We go to a droid bar. A bit weird, isn't it, John?
Yeah. We were like, why do droids need a bar? I had
But
music and everything, and it was a legit bar.
turns out there is a reason. Because the liquid that the droids are being given, as is confirmed to us by the bartender after a pretty tense scene with Din, is reprogramming or repurposing the programming of the droids. So they go to this sort of morgue for droids, and they conduct an investigation. The droid that's there goes haywire, and Din cuts it down with the dark saber, and they find out that there's nano droids in the liquid in one of the batches, and it turns out that the droids that were commissioned, that have been going rogue, were from the Techno Union and were bought by someone, which is an illegal act on this planet, and it leads all the way back to who other than Doc Brown. And now that Commissioner Hellgate is making a lot more sense, isn't it? Because he's the bad guy. Turns out Commissioner Hellgate, Mr. Doc Brown, is a separatist.
He's a separatist, and he said that Palpatine was a visionary, and he was he loved democracy.
Yeah. So they arrest him, obviously.
Yeah, Bo-Katan basically electrocutes him, so he gets his hand away from a button that'll send all the droids going off. And she says, she basically says, politics.
Yeah. Fucking politics.
Fucking politics.
So he's escorted by to the Duchess and Jack Black, who are with Grogu.
Still.
And Grogu is helping the Duchess win at some sort of beetle game. And
I said it looked like a Star Wars version of croquet.
Yeah, it sort of did. The commissioner, Mr. Doc Brown, was exiled to the moon of the planet, very similar to how Mandalore actually worked. And then they are granted, Din and Bo, should I say, because we'll get to what Grogu gets in a second. Din and Bo get granted leeway to actually go speak with the Mandalorians, and before they leave, the Duchess knights Grogu. Yeah, she has no idea she's just knighted a Jedi. And they're also given a key to the city. So
yeah, they're given a key to the city. Grogu's knighted. A lot happened.
It's all a bit weird. But they head off to the Mandalorians, and Axe Woves, obviously, being the dick he is like, I actually like power, so I'm not going to give you leadership back. And so Bo's like, fine. I challenge you to a duel, bitch. And so they have an epic fight scene, which ends in Bo winning, basically. And Axe Woves makes the point of, you cannot rule Mandalore because this zealot, this mind-washed, brainwashed bastard, has got the Darksaber, so
and
you can't rule.
She defends him as well. She defends him, saying that he's more of a he's
as bit as
Mandalorian as they are, and he's earned it.
But I think Din disagrees with that point, because he steps forward and he says, actually, I'm not worthy of the Darksaber. I got captured on Mandalore, and Bo-Katan saved me and defeated my kidnapper. So would that not mean the Darksaber is hers? And it is a point that has been circulating on the TikToks and the YouTubes of, yeah, she sort of does earn it because she sort of defeats the person that defeated Din. Turns out, Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni agree with you. She did. And so Din gives her the Darksaber, and we get a nice ending scene with, and I don't think you picked up on this, Jordan, but Din was stood on her right side.
Yeah.
Sort of the subliminal right-hand man message. And she ignites it, and the credits roll, and my god, what an episode.
What an episode. Like, I've heard a lot of people, like, questioning this episode, and I'm like, are you nuts? Do you need to get rid of that fucking pill out of your mouth?
Yeah, I don't understand why people would dislike this.
I would have fucking like almost every this season has been hit after hit.
Except from the episode with Dr. Pershing. That was
Except
pretty
that
shit.
one. That one was, it was a thing. But yeah, other than that, hit after hit, great episodes, amazing CGI. Like Seb CGI was phenomenal. The droid in this, fuck all the droids. My God, they looked absolutely amazing. Every single one of them, like the CG. Hey Marvel, it's not that hard. I'm sorry, but obviously Marvel have reasons. The reasons have come out of why the CGI was bad anyway. But yeah, we'll not talk about that. But look at Star Wars; they don't have that problem. Star Wars. This is what CG is. This is what CG is. And obviously, we know that they use Unreal Engine, I believe.
Yeah.
For this anyway, so
they use a lot of so the way that they shoot the show is very different from like a Marvel project. Marvel is still very much in the blue screen, green screen era.
Yeah, they are.
This show is in it's I can't remember what the technology is called.
It's
but
those like screens.
I refer to it as the 3D environment.
Oh, let me have a
So
look.
you basically get a screen that goes 360 around you that displays basically game footage of what you would be seeing. So it allows the actors to get even deeper in because they can actually see what's happening instead of just seeing a massive green.
They just call the LED screens.
There you go, the LED screens.
They basically replace the traditional chroma keying by allowing the creation of virtual environments where actors can immerse in real time.
Yeah.
So
And
that's like in season 1. It's like, but obviously, when you're filming that, and then I think after that, they in real time they will go back and edit so that it looks real, so it looks 3D.
And man, it goes to show just how
Even the Batman used it.
thought.
Robert Pattinson's Batman used it as well. Used that same technology, and I think this is the future.
Yeah,
Marvel, come on, you need to get on using it. Come on,
need to catch up.
They need to really catch up. They need to actually fucking use it because that technology is gonna replace. It's definitely gonna replace green screen and blue screens. I feel like for Marvel scales, like if you see behind the scenes of Marvel where they're scale, like the way that they have the blue screens around and all that, I feel like if they have the screens replaced, like there could be a big massive screen with New York or something, that'll look great.
Would. And I think that this episode is very similar to last week's episode. It's that good that me and you have just completely gone off of the. We're going to separately give our thoughts on it because we've got the same exact thoughts.
We have.
There's no contrasting opinion here.
No.
This was amazing.
This is what me and Will do.
As much as TikTok have bombarded the episode with shit, I have to say this is probably one of my favorite episodes of the show.
Yeah, this has to be one of my favorites as well. Like this is the thing with me and Will with reviewing stuff. We do agree on a lot of shit. Obviously, some things we don't agree on now and again, but obviously there is a lot of stuff that we do agree on. And this is the thing about getting to a review where instead of just one of us saying something and then the other, just going back and forth, it's this is why I love reviewing stuff with Will, because at some point we get to a point where we're just agreeing.
Yeah, we're just you know what, we're just gonna praise this. And speaking of praise,
do it. Say
congratulations to Bryce Dallas Howard for directing yet again another banger of an episode of
Dallas
The Mandalorian.
Howard, man. Oh my god.
All 3 episodes that she has directed so far have been phenomenal. Obviously, she directed Guns for Hire this episode. She also directed, I believe it was The Heiress, chapter 11. Yes.
Yeah.
So it was The Heiress. I'm looking on IMDb now to confirm. And I believe she also directed one of the episodes in season 1.
Yeah,
I
because
can't remember which one.
a lot of the show is directed by Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, but they do have other people in there.
I'm looking through to find it. Right, she also directed Sanctuary,
Right.
Chapter 4, which is the farming village one with the big AT-AT, ATST.
Yeah.
So yes, very well done. It's same as last week. Last week we basically thanked and congratulated Peter Ramsey.
The directors on this show,
pirate.
like, I've got to say, everybody who on TikTok and that who are like I've seen the Star Wars community can be the most toxic fucking community ever. It's like, if you don't have the same opinion as someone else in the Star Wars community, it's like you're not a Star Wars fan. You're a fucking zealot. You don't like this and like that. A lot of people, and I'm just sat here like, no, it's called an opinion. Me and Will fucking hate the sequel trilogy, don't we?
Hate is too weak of a word, Jordan.
Oh yeah, there's no word in the English language at all for how much we disdain and fucking hate the sequel trilogy. Cause, like, we didn't feel that Rey earned to be a Skywalker at all. She didn't earn it. She did, like, I would have been fine if she did call herself Skywalker if she had earned it. She just somehow had power. They should have fucking kept it that she was a nobody instead of being a Palpatine.
And it's contradictory because whenever you make the point of she didn't earn being a Skywalker, people go, "Oh, you're a misogynistic person. You don't think women should be in place of power." Excuse me. I would serve under Bo-Katan any day of the week,
any fucking day, any day. Bo-Katan earned the right to be where she is. She earned the right.
We praise the directors quite a few times in the past few
weeks.
And
a lot of directors that we praise are female.
We haven't gone to the lengths of actually looking at the actors. Katie Sackhoff, right, deserves some kind of award.
She really does. She voiced Bo-Katan in Clone Wars, in Rebels, and now in live action. She has gone from animated to live action, and it's seamless. There's no difference. It's the same person. It's the same character. She's just...
And my God, she's got range.
She has massive range. She's gone from Clone Wars, where she was part of Death Watch, where they wanted to go back to a different age of Mandalore. Her sister died, who was Queen at the time. She went from that to Rebels, where everything was fucked. She was just not on the planet anymore. And then I think she got the Darksaber as well. But she obviously didn't earn it back. But then you've got her now, where she's learning. There's different ways that she's learning that Mandalorians are better together than apart.
Yeah.
No matter what way they walk. And she's also sick and tired. She's sick and tired also of the Mandalorian on Mandalorian killing.
Yeah. She made a big point of that during her little speech. But, obviously she now has the Darksaber.
And she earned it.
And not only did she earn it, she didn't even realise she'd earned it.
No, she didn't realise at all. Din got defeated by that fucking whatever it was. Grievous looking motherfucker.
Grovis, as I'm calling.
Grovis or whatever. She then fought it off. Technically, that thing technically owned the Darksaber for 5 minutes, and then got killed by Bo-Katan, and she earned the right back to the saber. And what does her men do? Well, she's the leader.
Yeah. And, as much as, it sort of stings somewhere deep inside that Din doesn't have it anymore, because, obviously Din is still technically the main character.
Yeah.
However, at this point, I think The Mandalorian should probably be rebranded to The Mandalorians.
Yeah.
And it's basically just a like, what are those? It's like a reality TV show for Mandalorians.
Probably, yeah.
But would I have liked Din to learn how to wield it? Yeah. Am I happy that Bo-Katan's got it? Yes. Yes, I am. I'm very happy that Bo-Katan's got it.
I'm happy she's got it as well, yeah.
I think that we're in for a treat, because obviously there's only 8 episodes per season of The Mandalorian. It's one of the shortest seasons ever in like the history of television.
What episode are we on?
Episode 6. There's 2 weeks left.
2 weeks left of Mandalorian.
It feels like yesterday it started.
And we won't have another series to review until Secret Invasion.
Yeah, until June.
Until June, yeah.
So obviously 2 weeks left.
But when it comes to that show, when that show comes out, which is 21st. Actually, no. What? When am I? I'm making sure that I am gonna be here because I'm on holiday. I should be. Yeah, I believe I should be back. I'll have to check with that. But yeah, I'm excited.
Obviously 2 weeks left of the show. They've got to build something up. But if you remember, this is very season 1. It was pretty slow build up. We didn't really know what was happening in season 1, and then 7th episode, Gideon showed up right at the end. Who knows what happens next week? As for obviously rating, because we need to do that before we outro.
Oh yeah, the rating.
Jordan, what do you think?
What did we give the last episode?
Probably like a 10.
I'm really tempted to give it a 10. I'm tempted to give this a 10. I'd say, fuck it, I'm giving it a 10.
Yeah.
Fuck it,
I
don't care.
The exact same thing.
Fuck it.
This was great.
This was fucking great.
People get too serious about their TV shows.
They really do. Just have fun with it.
Like,
don't go in expecting anything.
It was what, 40 minutes
of pure fucking fun.
Complete fun.
And
like, turn your brain off, watch and
amazing visuals, amazing VFX, and I praise Star Wars for this show. Because this show has just shown us that Star Wars has a place in the world still. So, anything else?
I don't think so.
No, I don't have anything either.
I will begin the outro.
Go ahead.
Thank you, everyone, so much for watching this review of The Mandalorian, episode number 6, season 3, chapter 22, Guns for Hire.
Oh, also, guys, go watch our Blue Beetle trailer reaction.
Yeah, it's somewhere. You can't see what I'm doing, but I'm like waving my hands around like crazy.
It'll be on the end screen.
Yeah. So if you did enjoy, do not forget to like, comment, subscribe, do all that garbage YouTubers ask you to do. And if you didn't enjoy it, leave a dislike. We just like engagement, really.
We don't really care what engagement is. YouTube doesn't care either.
Yeah. I have been one of your hosts, Azteral.
I've been your host, Slasher.
And as always, guys, remember that this is the way.
This is the way.
Forget 1,000 things every day, pal. Make sure this is one of them.
It's over!